Hello, good morning, children. I hope all of you are doing well at home, ready for today's session with all your required things like your notebook, your content book, your workbook, your pen, pencil, everything is ready on your desk. Right, children? So, today we are going to discuss the lesson 4 of block 1. Right? In the previous class, we had studied about the function of blood. So, let's recall few facts that how blood from heart reaches different part of the body and how from different part of the body how blood again reaches back to the heart. I hope you are remembering this different blood vessels which carry blood from heart to different parts of the body and from different parts of the body which blood vessels will carry the blood to the heart again. You are remembering? Yeah. The arteries carry the oxygenated blood from heart to different parts of the body, right, children? And the veins carry deoxygenated blood from different parts of the body to the heart again, right? Yes. So now we will today start the lesson 4, that is the circulation of blood. Our aim is to learn about the circulation of blood in our body. I want everybody quickly make a note of all these keywords: oxygenated, deoxygenated, aorta, pulmonary artery, pulmonary veins, stethoscope, valves. I read out once again: oxygenated, deoxygenated, aorta, pulmonary artery, pulmonary veins, stethoscope, valves. Okay, children. Yeah, I'm sure all of you have making a note of all these keywords, and every day you are practicing them, right? Fine. Now, in the coming up slide, we are going to observe a flow chart, right? And this flow chart will help us to understand the circulation of blood from different parts of the body to heart, from heart to different parts of the body, right? So observe the flow chart carefully, and some questions will be displayed which you will be answering in your notebook. So listen to the explanation part and observe the flow chart very carefully, right? So observe the flow chart and try to answer the following questions. So now, first thing in the flow chart, I want to make you all very clear. The right side is saying all about heart, the different blood vessels which are entering heart, leaving heart, and reaching different parts of the body. So the right part is representing the heart and the lungs on the left side. Okay, the different blood vessels again entering lungs and from lungs coming back and reaching again heart, right? So let's start with the vena cavas. You remember, from different parts of the body through the superior vena cava and inferior vena cava, what type of blood is carried to the heart, the right side, that is right atrium. Yeah, correct. Deoxygenated blood from topmost region of the body, that is your top part above the chest region. All these parts, the superior vena cava collects the deoxygenated blood, enters right atrium. Similarly, from the lower region below your chest region, all the organs found below the chest region, the inferior vena cava. The veins join together and form one main vein called as the inferior vena cava that enters into the right atrium. Now, by the contraction of the right atrium, the tricuspid valve, which is present between the right atrium and right ventricle, the valve opens, the flap of the valve opens and blood is forced into right ventricle. So once the blood flows into right ventricle, there is no reverse flow because the valve controls the flow of blood. It only helps unidirectional flow of blood, no reverse flow back to from ventricle to atrium, right? Now, between this right ventricle and the pulmonary artery, there is one more valve, pulmonary valve. So the pulmonary valve opens and blood is forced into the pulmonary artery. Now the arteries will, pulmonary artery, actually artery normally carries what? Oxygenated blood to different parts of the body, right? But in heart, the pulmonary artery is performing a different function. It is carrying what type of blood and where it is taking to? Correct, it is carrying deoxygenated blood and it is reaching the either side of the lungs. Pulmonary artery is reaching either side of the lungs. In the lungs, the brain again branches and forms network of capillaries. Through this capillary, the blood enters the lungs and there is exchange of gases. So carbon dioxide is exhaled, means given off, and oxygen is inhaled. It picks up oxygen, takes in oxygen. So thereby what happens? The blood is now oxygenated. It is rich in oxygen. So this oxygenated blood now is coming through, collected through the pulmonary vein. Again, you see the word pulmonary vein. So the pulmonary word refers to lungs. So veins usually carry throughout the body what type of blood? Deoxygenated blood, and they reach the heart for purification. But in this heart and from the lungs, the different function of pulmonary vein you can find, that is, it is carrying oxygenated blood, correct? And it is entering the left atrium. Now, between this left atrium and left ventricle, there is another valve. It is called bicuspid valve or the mitral valve. So once the valve opens by the relaxation of the left atrium, immediately blood is forced into the left ventricle. And from left ventricle, you can see there is another valve called as the aortic valve. Now blood enters by the contraction of the ventricle, aorta, blood is flowed into the aorta, and aorta now branches into, branches into different arteries and carries blood to all parts of the body. It is the biggest blood vessel, aorta. Aorta is the biggest blood vessel in our body, the biggest artery. The biggest artery carrying what type of blood? Oxygenated blood. Yes, branching throughout the body in form of arteries and supplying blood to all organs. So this is a continuous process happening. So one side of the heart, that is the right side, getting deoxygenated blood, and the left part of the heart getting oxygenated blood from lungs and again supplying to different parts of the body. Now please make a note of all these questions quickly and you will answer them. So what part did the blood follow? So we have started from the veins to the right side of the heart. You can make point of all that. Then name blood vessel which carry blood from right ventricle to the lungs. Okay, right ventricle to the lungs. What type of blood? Deoxygenated. So which blood vessel is carrying to the lungs? The pulmonary artery. Correct. Which are the gases exchange in the lungs? Okay, there is exchange of carbon dioxide and oxygen. Blood gives off carbon dioxide and picks up oxygen. Right? Name the biggest artery which arises from the left ventricle. The biggest blood vessel carrying pure blood. That is called as, yeah, aorta, the biggest artery. Next, differentiate between pulmonary artery and pulmonary veins. Now, pulmonary artery, what type of blood it is carrying? Deoxygenated blood, whereas pulmonary veins carry oxygenated blood from where? From the lungs to heart, and pulmonary artery carries deoxygenated blood from heart to lungs. Okay, now let's discuss how does blood circulate throughout the heart and blood vessels. Already I have explained. Please make a note of all this. I give you 2 minutes time, children. Everything was explained. You have to just make a note. Yes, I hope all of you are making a note and almost completing it. Now, there is opening and closing of the valves. The flap of the valve, when it closes, the sound which is produced, which we can hear it as lub dub. Now, how will this sound be heard by the doctors? How will they know the heartbeat? This topic was already discussed in uh, the topic when we discussed about the pulse, right? Are you all remembering? Correct. So the doctors are using a stethoscope to know the heartbeat, and it will be usually for a normal person, it will be 72 times per minute. So this lub dub sound is produced due to the closing of the flaps of the valves. Okay. Okay. Yes, children, we now come for the next part of the lesson, and I want everyone to put on your thinking caps. So regular exercise and avoiding eating too many fatty foods are said to be good for the heart. Yes, no? Why it is so? How will regular exercise help us? And why should we avoid fatty foods? They say no, too much of fatty foods are not good for health. Why? Yes. Now, usually we always suggest everybody that you should do regular exercise and have proper amount of uh, right amount of food, then take lot of vegetables and fruits, avoid lot of junk foods or fatty foods, right? Now, what for is all this said? Now, what does the exercise do? Yes, generally the exercise strengthens the muscles of our body. Similarly, now even for the heart, so like exercises like walking, jogging, running, all this exercise will strengthen the muscles of the heart. So when the muscles of the heart is strong, it can pump the blood very easily, right? So there will be proper functioning of the heart. And what about these fatty foods? Why should they be avoided? See, throughout the body, from the heart, the arteries are carrying oxygenated blood from heart to different parts of the body. Now, the walls of the arteries are thick compared to the walls of the veins. Now, some of these fats, they are not absorbed by the body and they get accumulated, they get uh, deposited on the walls of the arteries and they block the flow of blood, and it becomes a strain for the heart also. It becomes a lot of pressure for the heart also to pump the blood through the arteries. So when there is blockage or the fat deposition on the walls of arteries, blood cannot flow easily to different parts of the body. And what happens, this creates lot of pressure for the heart, and it is not a healthy thing for our body, because less flow of blood, less supply of oxygen. So less supply of oxygen, so the person will be very lethargic, very weak. He'll not have any energy to do any work in the right way. He feels very tired and all this. So this is the reason why they should avoid fatty foods. So you can write down. Okay. 1 minute time, children. Already I had explained. Just make a note. Okay. Now we are keeping your workbooks ready. We had studied today circulation of blood. So we are going to the next part of the topic, that is we are what to apply today, right? So complete the worksheet S4 page number 15. Keep this worksheet ready, and home assignment, make a quick note, children. I'll give half-minute time. Answer practice question 7 and 8 in your notebook from the exit content book, page number 6. You all know that end of your block, everywhere, all this ending of the block, you will be having the practice questions. In block 1, the practice questions are given in the page number 6. And read the content book block number 1. I want you all to again read the full block. Now read the glossary from the content book, page number 5. So as you're reading the whole topic from block 1, you're also reading the glossary part. Okay, now we go to the worksheet. Now complete the diagram by making arrows to show the path of blood circulation. So you have to fill in the blanks to describe how blood is circulated in the body. So you can follow this diagram already in the flow chart we had explained. Here they have given with the diagram heart and the lungs with different blood vessels colored different with different colors. So here you can see you have to show with arrows. The direction of the arrows will help the flow of will represent the flow of blood from heart to lungs, and from again from heart to different parts of the body. So this side, right side of the heart, is getting what type of blood? Deoxygenated blood entering the right atrium. So these are the vena cavas. So you'll show the arrow in this way, and then from there it is taken to the lungs for purification. So exchange of gases happening in the lungs, and the other blood vessel, that is pulmonary artery, again entering here from the right atrium, the pulmonary artery entering the either side of the lungs, exchange of gases taking place, and then the pulmonary veins enters carrying what type of blood? Deoxygenated blood to the left atrium. From left atrium, it reaches left ventricle. From there, the aorta arises, which branches into arteries and supplies oxygenated blood to different parts of the body. Now fill up all this. So this part you will label it as lungs, correct? This is the body part and this is the heart. So this blank will be the lungs. Children, as I explained, you have followed. The dash takes the dash blood to the lungs. This is already completed. Veins collect blood from different parts of the body, right? So here, blood to the lungs. What is that? From where? So the pulmonary artery takes the what type of blood? Deoxygenated blood to the lungs. Here, brings the blood to the heart. The dash brings blood to the heart. So the pulmonary vein brings the oxygenated blood to the heart. The dash carries the blood to different parts of the body. So the arteries. Now Rahul's diet mostly consists of fried potatoes, cheese, burger, salads, pizza and boiled egg. He works in an office from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. where he mostly sits the whole day. After he returns home, he watches TV and has his dinner and immediately goes to sleep. So this is the lifestyle briefly told about Rahul. Now based on his lifestyle, they have asked two questions, question A and B. Write two things that Rahul should stop doing in order to keep from getting a heart disease. So in the last slide, we had discussed that regular exercise and avoid fatty foods. So apply that concept and you can complete this question. Even you can complete the last part, that is write one thing Rahul can add to his routine to keep his heart healthy. Here you can find from his daily routine that there is no exercise at all. Even he doesn't move about. There is no much movement of his body. He only sits and works. So think about it and answer this. Right, children? I hope you have completed almost. You can even complete later. So by this, we have come to the end of block 1. And I want everybody to read the content book again and complete all your assignments given. So we meet in the next session. Till then, all be indoor and be safe. Okay, children? Thank you.